Hello everyone and welcome to the Steam Trail Gaming News for the 3rd of November. My name is Krozats and I will be your host through the news today. As you can see, we got only 2 topics to talk about today, so it's going to be quite quick. So let's get straight into it. The first thing we are going to talk about is Razer revealing its new gaming phone. Are you tired of being made fun at because you play on a phone? Well, now's your chance to actually get some decent hardware. So the Razer phone will be the first smartphone ever with a 100 Hz refresh rate display, meaning, well, 120 frames per second. That's almost as good as the PC Master Race, as most phones are just 60 Hz and, well, often enough they just don't even have the hardware to be capable of doing that. So the Razer phone will have a QHD display, that means 2560 by 1440, uses ultra motion adaptive frame sync technology, something similar to G-Sync that you might know from monitors, or FreeSync if you're an AMD user. It should use a Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 mobile processor and a whopping 8 GB of DDR4 RAM. Seriously, that's more than half of normal computers. For gaming, it's pretty much the basic, but still 8 GB of RAM in your phone. Isn't that just insane? It's also equipped with a Dolby Atmos dual front-facing speakers. Sadly, I don't know why. It's really ridiculous, but it doesn't have a 3.5mm audio jack. Instead, it comes with a USB-C adapter, and only one, so no music and charging at the same time. I think this might actually be a big problem for this phone, because gaming on it will eat a battery quite quickly, as the battery has 4000 milliamp hours, which is a quite decent number, to be honest, for day-to-day use. But if you're seriously buying this as a gaming device, well, it's just not enough. The Dolby Atmos front speakers should help a bit. I'm not saying they won't, but, well, very often you just won't be able to game with your speakers on, so you will be forced to use wireless headphones if you want to game with sound, and sound is quite important to a lot of games. So there's been 10 games set to take the advantage of the Razer phone. More specifically, it's the Arena of Valor, Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, Gear Club, Lineage 2 Revolution, Old School RuneScape, Shadowgun Legends, Tekken Mobile, Titanfall Assault, and World of Tanks Blitz. So obviously some of the very popular online games are in there, especially World of Tanks Blitz is very popular, as I know RuneScape is popular amongst many. I'm sure Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition is very popular in Japan, so should probably Lineage 2. So it's a pretty decent lineup of games that should be able to use the hardware of this phone. Hopefully the phone itself has some good quality, but I personally don't think it will be a big hit. It's going to be more of a novelty thing. So yeah, the price tag on it is set to be around $700 US, 750 euros if you're in Europe. And the phone will be released in North America, United Kingdom, Ireland, Germany, France, and Denmark, and Sweden. So yeah, there's no chance I'm getting this, just only because I'm in a country where it won't be released, and that sucks. Otherwise, it has a 12 megapixel camera on the back, front-facing 8 megapixel camera if you're a selfie fanatic for some reason, 64 gigs of internal storage, and you can use a micro SD card up to 2 terabytes. I'm very glad it has a micro SD card slot, because 64 gigs, if you want to use it as a gaming device, is seriously not enough. The phone itself is housed in an aluminum chassis and measures, well, pretty decently. It's 6.2 not multiply, I'm an idiot, sorry. 6.2 height, 3.1 width, and 0.3 inches is how thin it is. And it weighs 197 grams or 6.9 ounces if you come from retarded measurement land. Sorry, the Americans, but your measurements are really retarded. It should be available on November 17th, and there is a special edition available, the 1337 Special Edition or Elite Edition, which features the Green Race logo. I'm going to guess there's probably going to be 1,337 pieces of it available. That would just make sense. Otherwise, they are just dumb and didn't use it correctly. To be honest, the phone itself is pretty fine, and the pricing is in line with what other people do. I personally don't really use my phone to game that much. If I do, it's usually what I call shitter games. You know, it's something you can play on the shitter and don't really think while you're doing it. But there are many people in the world who like to seriously game on their phone, especially popular mobile gaming in Japan or altogether in Asia. And if they release it there as well, eventually they might actually get some decent sales. But for where they decided to release, America, United Kingdom, Ireland, Germany, France, Denmark, Sweden, I don't think those are the countries where mobile gaming is really big. I think this might be the phone's downfall. Not the fact that it's a bad phone, but the fact where they decided to launch it. Yeah, the second thing we're going to talk about today, and the last thing we're going to talk about, is Call of Duty World War II having many major issues with multiplayer servers on its launch. So mostly this is concerning Xbox and PlayStation players. The PC launch has actually been surprisingly smooth. Well, that's not really a thing you see very often, that PC gets a smoother launch than Xbox and PlayStation. So what has been happening is the menu would just hang on to connecting to online services before a timed out error would happen. Yeah, it took actually a couple of hours before a server-side update went live, and it helped a bit, but there's still a decent number of players reporting issues with getting games and finding matches right after leaving a game. And I don't think this surprises anyone. Probably the only surprising fact about this is the brunt of the issues was actually on the consoles. Usually it's the other way around because, Microsoft and Sony tend to be pretty consistent with their servers. But it seems that this time they didn't do their quality control. So yay for PC players, although I don't think that many of them are actually going to go and play Call of Duty World War II. Not that saying it won't sell well, it's just that they're better games, to be honest. Yeah, most people, if they want to play a shooter right these days, they're either playing Fortnite or they're playing PUBG. I don't think Call of Duty will steal many of those players. Maybe for a while, but eventually I think they will actually come back. And that being said, that's probably going to be it for today. If you like this piece of news, be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel. If you're reading or watching this on Steemit, be sure to like or upvote the post and follow our blog. And that's going to be it for today. So see you guys later with more gaming content.